Thank you very much, Cathaoirligh. And like the Chairman, I welcome you, Raymond, again, and along with your colleagues Kieran and Paul. And as our Cathaoirligh said, you know, it takes a person of great character and substance to be able to come before a public committee, a parliamentary committee, and outline, you know, what your family have been going through since the 9th of November 1997 when Raymond Jr. was murdered. And none of us have the words to comprehend adequately the grief that you and your family go through, and all Raymond's friends as well, and extended family. But all we can say is that we fully support your efforts to get to the truth, and you very graciously include all other victims, regardless of what background they come from. And that's extremely important from all of us. We can have all our own political views, but we want to see justice for everybody. And I think in fairness in this Parliament, both Dáil, Shannon and at all committee level, regardless of parties in this House, everybody was vehemently opposed to the legacy bill. I don't know, many times we discussed that matter here with different groups. We discussed it with senior British politicians. Successive governments were totally of the same opinion as the Oireachtas. You know, were totally at idem in regard to how deplorable that legacy bill is. It's a charter for the perpetrators of crime and for murderers. That's what it is. In layman's terms, people who committed heinous crimes, murder, inflicted grievous bodily harm on other individuals and created mayhem, they could literally give themselves an amnesty. Like, what democracy does that happen in? That we would regard as a democracy, particularly of the Western European style, that we always hoped that there would be basic civil rights, basic human rights, and basic justice. And all of us in public life, particularly those of us who are from the province of Ulster and other border counties as well, we were very familiar with families who have campaigned for justice and who have been denied it. And I know that people know full well that it's very hard to get convictions after long periods, and some of the crimes that some of the families that I've supported lost loved ones had 50 years ago, so they did. And that still doesn't take away from the grief. And I'm sure as time goes on, it comes intergeneration, it probably gets more intense as time goes on, and no truth being established. And then a mechanism being put in place by a government to stop whatever pathways there might be to establishing the truth. It's absolutely deplorable. And again, you make a plea on behalf of all families and of all victims. The police ombudsman report, going back to 2007, I think it was, it found that there were a number of failures in the original murder investigation into Raymond Jr. And then a coroner's inquest into the death of Raymond was ordered but not yet commenced. And what type of lame duck excuses have you been given for non-commencement? Was there any real effort to commence such an inquest at any stage? Or no?